Hi friends, it's Gwen from Gwen the Trash Witch. I wanted to share with you how far I got on the Junk Journal January 2025 challenge hosted by Meg Journals. I haven't finished, but I think I'll still be able to do that. It just won't be in January. So my little book here has gotten quite thick and it just likes to pop open, but that's okay. I think I left you with Bright, so I want to show you the few that I was able to catch up on in the last couple days. So the next one after Bright is Bubble. So I did a watercolor wash on the page behind the image and just sort of, they're metallic paints, so they have a really nice, fun, glittery, not glittery, just metallic, I guess, look about them. I really thought it looked really magical to go in our garden. And then I found this cute image of a wishing well, or just a well, I guess, wishing well for our garden. And then these are just little jewels that look like bubbles to me from Hobby Lobby. So it was fun to go and find something in my stash that I could use that I thought went pretty nicely with this. And then on some future pages, I was doing gold splatters. So I did come back and do some gold splatters on this page very lightly. And I did take the gold Wink Stella and put it on different parts of the well here, so it looked kind of magical. So, and then the Inca Gold around the edges. So this was my page for Bubbles. The next page is Tissue. So I had this beautiful, I used a couple different napkins. This was one of them. And I went ahead and laid it down with Mod Podge. And it did have, let's see, it was the other one that had this pink trim. So there was a second napkin I used that had the butterflies on it. And I don't see that one in front of me. But this was the first one. And then on the butterfly napkin, it had this pink border. So I used that to border it. And also out of the butterfly napkin, I took some, just the butterflies out. And then this was just a piece of this napkin that I put over blue paper. So it gives it a slightly, well, not slightly, gives it a blue look, and made that a pocket. This is the paper that I was saying is what's coming through. So I made a tag, took the butterfly napkin, and used the Mod Podge on that tag. So we've got two types of tissue, or in this case, napkin down. I made, using the same napkin, made this little topper to the tag. These are Carrie's Dewdrops, so a couple of those I thought looked pretty. And then, I don't know if you can see on the tag, but there is a very light gold splatter on this one. So I just, when I had those metallic, that metallic gold wet and was splattering, I just went ahead and splattered a few pages. So that was fun. Okay, so after Tissue, we had Map. So out of a mailer, I think it was for Parks and Rec, we had this map of the cities here. You can see Fullerton, Placentia, Yorba Linda. I think I covered up Anaheim. And I used it as the backdrop. And then for Christmas, my daughter had given me some acrylic brush pens. So I wanted to play with those. So I just drew a flower and some stems. I suppose this is a grapevine because I drew grapes on it. And some little, let's see, what would that be? Foxglove maybe? Flowers. I'm not sure if it's foxglove. You'll probably know. It's escaping me. But just doodled some of those down there. I love these pens. They are so fun. Played with a couple different colors here. They're very opaque, so they're wonderful. Then just to make the page a little more exciting, I did take the stickles in Unicorn and went over the grapes and these flowers down here that we think is foxglove. Delphinium? I don't know. It's one of those. And then put the stickles in the center of this flower too. So I am not the best doodler, but I love it when I see people doodling, so I wanted to give that a try. And I loved how colorful that map was underneath. So I thought it would be fun to just put a flower and some greenery on top of that map. So that is my map page. I don't think I gold splattered that page. After map is repeat. So for repeat, I took some scraps that I've been using for this book, cut them into, I thought they were 1/2 inch, but they're a little bit bigger than 1/2 inch, and just repeated a line pattern with the scrap paper. And then I put some top and bottom. Then I had these butterfly stickers. I thought that was kind of a nice repeat. It's not a repeat of pattern, but it is a repeat of butterflies. Then with my gold metallic marker, I went ahead and outlined where the papers stopped, so you could see more the strips of the repeating pattern of papers. So that is for repeat, and I didn't gold splatter this. This gold is all in those beautiful papers for the Moody Floral. And I wanted to get those papers back in here because I did want that to be the theme of this little journal. Okay, after repeat is newspaper. And I don't take the newspaper, but out of coincidence, they were throwing little free samples of newspapers in our driveways last week. So actually it wasn't last week because this one's dated January 1st, but I kept it knowing I was going to need some newspaper. So this was an article about the roses needed for the Rose Parade. So I thought that was fun to kind of keep as a keepsake, but also to use in a garden journal. So I took some of the article out, cut out the picture that they were showing of the rose, cut out the date that the newspaper that this article was in, cut out the paper was the LA Times, and the title of this article was A Rose's Journey from Farm to Float. So this was talking about the Rose Bowl Parade and where the roses were coming from, the majority of them, and what they go through to actually make it to Pasadena and then be put on a float. So I thought that was neat, being a Southern California resident, and the Rose Parade, the roses went with the theme of this journal. Okay, there you can see where my gold splattering, it was a little heavy, but I liked it, and it's that metallic watercolor paint, so it just really gave this page a neat little glisten for a newspaper. Then I took my red glazed pen, went around the titles of the articles, wanted to pull a little more red in to go with that rose. So I just outlined these different titles. What I love about the glazed pens is that they do have some dimension. They're not flat, they're slightly raised. They have a little bit of a glossy finish, so they're fun to use. You do have to wait quite a long time for them to dry, so that's the only drawback, is you can't just turn the page and go on. You have to wait for that glazed pen to dry. Okay, let's see, newspaper. Then I did line, and this would be for the 24th prompt. And this is my line page over here. And me and my crafty friends were talking about what we thought we would do for line. And I just thought of birds on a line, or how they line up on the wires when the rain's coming, or even in different cages environments, they will line up. So I did find this image on Google, and I just typed in line of birds. They had some really neat silhouette ones, but I wanted them to be the color on this page. This is from a magazine. I thought it was fun for line. And then I had received a catalog for a school, and I liked the way that these lines all were, the class schedules, the class number, the times of the classes, what the class is. So that's definitely lines. And what I thought was fun is this is the Spanish page. So I like that it is in Spanish. So that is my line page. And then I'm using the same, where is that ink? It's the same ink I've been using in this journal. I think it's the Violet Potion, or Purple Potion. I'm so sorry, I don't have it here. But it's the same one I've mentioned in all the videos for this when I've used ink. So again, just tying the theme of this journal together. The next page does not tie this theme of the journal together. It was modern, and I loved the take that my friends had on modern, and I so wanted to keep it in the garden theme, but the modern gardens, just, they're hard to, I don't know, they just didn't speak to me, the pictures I could find, and they're really, I don't know really what makes them modern. I don't know. I didn't investigate it enough, I guess. So this is my modern. To me, it's just a take on modern art. It's always, to me, my interpretation, it's a little bit chaotic. Sometimes the point of view is difficult to interpret, or maybe there is no set point of view. Maybe it is just up for interpretation. So that's what I tried to do with this page. I found some beautiful black and white geometric drawing. I thought modern was clean lines, and so I thought that worked for modern. And then I was folding it over, happy accident, folding it over to get it to fit this page, and I was like, whoa, look at the back of it. The back's really cool, and it's kind of lined, so it went together. So I kept it, and I just kept it as folds. So there was a geometric pattern I was going, you can see in the black and white. I did use the scraps, and I had the dictionary definition of modern, so I put that down. And then I had a magazine with some modern art, so I just sort of put those in the middle, and again used a scrap of that colorful paper. So I don't know how this goes into my little garden journal here, but there we have modern. And that's as far as I have gotten, which means I have ended on day 25. So this is what is left right here. And today being the last day, I should have been sharing with you letter, but I just need to kind of stop on this project. I want to do my Fanguary project today too. And you know, the dogs need to be walked, all that stuff that you want to try to fit into one day. But I have had a blast working in this journal. It has been so much fun, and thank you so much, Meg. And I do want to finish this. It's just not going to be in January. Where does the time go, friends? I don't know. These days just go so fast. I don't know how my working friends are doing it. I can't even imagine how they're working and then coming home and crafting and just doing such beautiful work. So my hat is off to you. I don't know how you're doing it. I'm having a blast doing these, but boy, the days just passed when you're crafting. At least they do for me. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it so much. I know that there's a lot of fun videos out there to watch. This Open Collab alone has so many videos, so many people that you want to go watch and see what they did for their interpretation of the prompt. And I love supporting them, and I know you do too, but I just so appreciate that you take the time to come and see mine as well. So thank you so much. Okay, friends, I will let you go, and hopefully I'll be back this evening with my day 6 of Fanguary. See you later. Bye-bye.